Hey, No Nonsense Know-How here. Today I'm going to show you how to cut this drum on this AMMCO 4000 brake lathe. I'm going to try to keep it real quick and sweet, so please give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe if you find it helpful, alright? Now to start, we can see this drum has a lot of little scoring in it. One of your first steps is going to be coming in here with a sanding wheel, clean inside here, and also the other side. I'm just using this as a test one, so I'm actually not going to clean it. Now currently this is set up for doing rotors, so we're going to spin this nut off and set it up for doing drums. Make sure this surface is real clean here. And take your drum set up here, put the base plate on, put this on with your adjustment sticking up, pop this on, spin your nut down. Next, make sure your machine's in neutral. That'll be right in the middle here. Come over here, flip this over to the right, neutral position, and then you're also going to loosen this lock nut right here. Take this feed wheel, spin it all the way clockwise until you're bottomed out. Take this feed wheel here, spin it all the way in. After bottoming this all the way in, bring it out maybe a turn or two and put it on the standard side. That's what we're going to be using. Next, find a backing spacer that's going to fit your drum good and leave you enough room to get the cutting head in there. Slide that onto the shaft. Make sure your shaft is clean and smooth. Next, find a cone that fits properly in the inner side of your drum. If you happen to have this device, this chuck, you would put the drum on with no cone or spring on there, like so. Slide this on, bottom it out, and then you'd actually spin these jaws here. These would come out and clamp inside. Not everybody has this, so we won't go into that right now. So take your spring, slide it into the groove. Cone slides freely on here, put that in. Slide your drum on, and then find an appropriate spacer for the other side. This has to have a concave side in, so the cone has space to go into. Slide that on. Now get yourself a couple spacers, slide those on. This one actually has a rubber damper on there. And tighten down your nut. This is going to be reverse threads. As you snug this nut down, I like to spin the rotor and make sure that cone's seated in there properly. And then go ahead and snug that down real good. Now get your damper strap, rubber strap, and wrap that around. The purpose of this is to dampen harmonic vibrations. It's a good idea to wear safety glasses and a face mask when doing this. So take your cutting head and bring it all the way basically toward the end of where the cut pattern is going to be. And then lock down this nut real secure. If you're having clearance issues when setting this up, you can loosen these two set screws. This one's actually broken off right here. You can loosen those and slide this bit in and out. Also, if you find yourself getting a rough cut, check out your bit here. You can loosen this flathead and flip or change, rotate this triangle bit or even replace it. Make sure you have a good sharp edge on there. Now crack this nut loose and spin this in just so you come a few thousandths off of the drum. And we're ready to fire the machine up. With this lock nut loose here, we can slowly turn this counterclockwise so we just barely skim the drum. At that point, lock this out down here. All right, with this skimming on there, I like to by hand spin this counterclockwise and run it out the whole length of this drum here, because you might, the drum might have a taper wear or something like that, and if you just set this up, you're gonna break bits and hurt things. So we can see we cut that lip off on the end. All right, now we're ready to bring this all the way in. We can run her all the way to town. If you set it up the way I show you, you can run this all the way clockwise and not worry about bottoming this head out on the other side of the drum. For our first cut, we're gonna take off 2 notches, so a total of 4 thousandths. Loosen this jam nut, turn it 2 notches. This feed wheel right here has a metric side and a standard side. Each one of these notches represents 2 thousandths on this. However, when you actually move it only 1 notch, you can see our dial indicator only moved 1 actual thousandths, because you're taking a thousandths off each side of the drum. So these notches here, if you go to 10 thousandths, that indicates you're taking a total of 10 thousandths off of the drum, 5 thousandths off each side, just to make that clear. Now come over here. For your first cut, you're going to put this all the way on 16 on fast speed, and then go ahead and flip this lever over to the left. So we can hear this drum is pretty out of round, and this is going to be our first cut. And once that runs fully out, put this back in neutral, and we can see the cutting bit did not even contact the full surface of the drum. So now we're going to spin this all the way clockwise, run her back in, and we're going to do the same thing. Crack this loose, take 2 notches off. I'm actually going to go 3 on this one, because this is kind of a junk drum I'm just cutting, and you can get away with doing that much. Go ahead and flip the switch over and let it do the cut. Now this time we're contacting a lot more of the drum surface, so basically you're going to do those rough cuts as long as you have to until you get all the way down. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 cuts, depending on how out of round and warped it is. After 4 separate cuts, I'm finally making full contact on the drum, so now I know I have a true surface. Alright, so now we have a uniform true surface and we're ready to do our final cut. So go ahead and turn this back on, spin this all the way back down, come over here and spin this to the slow setting, leave it on number 2, loosen your jam nut, and this time we're only going to go 1,000, so a half a notch, just like that. Flip it over, and this cut's going to be a lot slower. We can see how slow our dial's going, but when it's done, it's going to be a nice cut. All right, so just finished our final cut. Go ahead and throw it in neutral, shut the machine off, pop your strap off, loosen these off, take your drum off. All right, so now that we have a nice final finish on here, you're gonna bring this over, clean it off with hot soapy water, get all those metal particles out, and you're good to go. Make sure to adjust your brakes properly, and that's how you cut a drum. Hopefully I didn't run through that too quick, and you got some good use out of it. Please give it a thumbs up if it helped you. I definitely appreciate that, and consider subscribing. Until next time, no nonsense, no how, and I'll see you later.